I was given a nice little challenge on how would I sell Scrum to a skeptical CTO, right? Chief Technology Officer. And it's a great question because it might be something I actually need to do. And conversations similar to many I have had, maybe not strictly with CTOs, but certainly with executives and people across all other levels of the organization. And I start by saying, well, I'd probably introduce them to the idea of, well, what's the cost of not doing this thing? What is the cost of not trying? Because eventually other organizations will use things like Agile and Scrum, and they'll overtake you in the long run. And they said, yeah, no, that's a good shout. The cost of not doing it, that's a good angle. You can talk about real figures and numbers and go into the practicalities of what that might look like, not just in the short term, but in the long term. But the reality is a lot of CTOs, sounds bad, but they're not really in it for the long haul for that business. They're usually in it for their shorter haul in one business to then hopefully get a better paying gig in a different business. That's the sad state of the executive or C-suite environment we're working in. And that's a trickier one. How do I sell someone who's only going to be there for 18 months, 2 years on something that might take 5 to 10 years to fully take fruition in the entire business? Well, there's still a way, but it's probably not going to be, well, over the long term, as your competitors move to this, and 5 years from now, you want to make sure that you're already ready to rock and roll and knocking things out the park. It's not going to work with them. So instead, I looked at, okay, well, the reality is, it is a long-term thing, but we get results and things happen also in the short term. So my angle here is probably, okay, well, the reality is implementing Scrum, or as I would probably put it, trying Scrum, giving it a go, one is relatively low cost compared to many other experiments that CTO is likely to do to improve the numbers so that they look good for their potential next gig, so to speak. And also, they were probably going to change stuff anyway. So it's not going to take them long. They were probably going to change stuff anyway. And Scrum has a pretty quick run-up time. You can start it today. And you'll probably have a performing team within 1.5 to 2 months, which compared to most other things is pretty incredible. And if you even start with just the one team and you can show the results of that, that can quickly then be moved to other teams and areas as well as we prove the concept, so to speak, for a CTO. So it's a low-cost, high-value experiment that you can run where if they were going to change things anyway, you may as well try Scrum. And if they want some numbers and figures, the reality is there are white papers galore on Scrum and Agile working in other environments. So we wouldn't be short on that either. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Oscar with Pragmatic Shift. You can find more of our stuff under @PragmaticShift on all social media. I would love to be your Scrum coach. And if you're interested in working with me, you can find my courses on pragmaticshift.com or about me as a coach under scrumcoach.uk. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out and gives us further reach to get to more professionals to help them on their journeys as well. Thank you again for watching.